Welcome to the show. I'm Matt Harry, author of Cryptozoology for Beginners.
And I'm Jessica Mason, author of Mary Shelley's School for Monsters.
And this is
Monster v. Monster. This is the podcast that pits your favorite monsters against each other.
Jesse is our resident monster expert, and I will act as referee and game master. Who will reign supreme? Listen on to find out.
Monster v. Monster.
All right, let's introduce this week's guest. Carla Wyzgala is co-creator and artist of the Comic Skull Masquerade. Carla is at her core a watercolor pinup artist devoted to bridging the gap between macabre femme art and sequential storytelling. Using vintage burlesque as inspiration, her work is an unapologetic celebration of the female form. Welcome, Carla.
Hi, happy to be here.
Yay, we're so happy to have you. And I got to do a little... Here's one of these beautiful covers that Carla did. Just got to share. We're going to get more into covers later. Yeah.
The first time I haven't seen it yet.
What? Are you kidding? Here it is. They're coming to you soon.
That's all you get.
I mean, Anna and Carla are going to kill me. I have we veer off into my other room, we'll see a pile of comics for both of them that I need to mail out immediately. But just part of Carla's introduction, obviously, is that we have worked together. She has done a cover for Mary Shelley's School for Monsters, which I love.
Yeah, I think the colors turn out great. That's what I'm always worried about the most.
Right? That is the fear every time you send it to the printer. And then every time I get the proof, I know that it's right. But the colors are just always different a bit than they are in digital and what you're expecting. Yes. Well, that kind of leads into the thing that we love to do each week. We do a creative monster of the week, which is what creative beast did you have to face off with this week? Did you vanquish it? Did it destroy you? Today, I think I am going to go into the event. Like, as an author, you have to go to events and present your work. I had one on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. And it was late at night, and it was Comics Pro, and I gotta be on. I gotta pitch this comic over and over again. I gotta, be sociable and do all this stuff. And you don't really need to bring as much to a retailer industry event. So you're like, how much do I have to haul? How much do I have to do? And so, I guess I wasn't so much creative, but creative business thing where you're trying to assess what you need to bring to something spiritually, mentally, and physically.
What's the vibe?
Yeah, what's the vibe? And what was so funny is so many of us who were going hadn't been before, so we're all like, get there and we're like, so what are you doing tonight?
It's like holding boxes of comics.
Yeah, we're just like, what are we doing? I ended up I overcame it. I had a really good event, but I also mix up names of companies a lot, which is also fun. And then I'll think I'm talking to someone from one company, and then at the end of the conversation, I'll be like, oh, no, because they all have similar names. And then halfway, and I'm not going to get into details, but I thought this one company was this other company. I was like, and then realized I had them switched up, and you're like, oh God. But
that's why you say, hey, you.
Yes, you publish great stuff. So that was what I had to overcome. I'm going to have Matt go next.
Yeah, my creative monster of the week was kind of a weird one because I don't have a lot of these interactions with readers. I have some, but most of my books were written for kids. So like kids don't take the time to like write letters and stuff. And I got a letter through my website this week, and I opened it, and it was like this just very long wall of text. And at first I was like, well, this is clearly AI. But then I started reading it.
It's time
and it was like a literary essay analyzing all my books. And it was like pulling in stuff I'd said in interviews, like not related to the books. And
oh, wow.
Really digging deep. And I'm like, all right, this is definitely AI. And so I cut and pasted it. It was 1,500 words, put it in an AI generator. And no, it was written by a human.
Wow.
So then it was like, this is just a person who took 2 hours, 3 hours, and like was deeply, deeply looking at these books, which these are not literary books that I write. These are genre books. But like the level of analysis was like literally scary to me. And I said to my wife, I'm like, do I write this person back? Or is that like opening the door to like a Fatal Attraction style situation?
Well, you're already in a Fatal Attraction style situation.
With whom?
With the essay writer. No, I'm just kidding.
but that's what I mean. Like, do you respond? Do you feed the fire?
Reciprocate. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a student who wrote a paper for their high school. It could be like a lot of things. Like
I
maybe they
usually
wrote it.
start with that though, like
No,
I'm so and so
that,
writing for
It was
yeah.
very weird. It was a first. It
Okay.
was a first.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
they're
did write the
probably
person
watching
back,
oh, he
this.
did.
and I felt like I was polite about it, and I wrote them back and I said, thank you so much for this. And then I was like, great, I did it. And then 7 hours later, I got another email and
Oh,
it was like, what do you think about this, this, and this, and this? And then I didn't respond within 3 hours. And they wrote another one after that was like, why did you respond? And I was like, no.
oh no. I don't know about that then.
But it was very nice to get the original letter. I mean, anytime anyone takes that much time to respond, it was great.
Thing.
So I think mine's TBD, frankly. I think let's
Yeah.
come back next week to see if what's boiling in a
Yeah.
pot on my stove.
Your
I feel
head?
like you
If it's at
email
your head in a box, is that what?
Hey,
Carla, what about you? Any
so I mean
difficulties, creativity?
mine just walked through the door. I think my creative monster is, hey Justin, can you come get him? Is my puppy.
Ah, puppy.
Come here, monster.
He is this is my husband taking him away.
Mhm.
Bye bye, monster. Yes, having a puppy and trying to stay creative through the main hours of the day that I'm most creative, like it never fails. He needs to go out every time I just finally like plop down and go, okay, what am I working on today? It's
Mhm.
like he knows, which
Yes.
he is a corgi, so he demands attention at all times. So that this week in particular, there was a couple deadlines that I had to make that I just had to, work around his schedule. And that's not something I'm used to because before this, we only had cats. And I have a
Mhm.
very cush schedule otherwise. Unless I'm doing a convention, I have nowhere else to be. So that's been an ongoing thing that I'm overcoming for sure, and still being able to, dive into where you need to be mentally. While there's distractions in the background,
Yeah.
Or
So
right barking
yeah,
at you. Like not subtle.
yeah,
Like my
literally,
cats are not subtle. My cat will literally climb on my laptop
yes,
and like start headbutting me while I'm
yeah,
trying to work. Like
yeah,
this
Mhm.
is,
yeah. So I
you
have two
know,
of those also.
ease into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring me flowers first, for God's sake. So still overcoming as well, I guess, in that process.
Yeah, that's
Or
gonna be
maybe
an ongoing.
never. Who
Maybe
knows?
never. Yeah, as long as I can draw with one hand and throw the toy with the other, I think I'm good.
That's a great
Yeah.
skill to develop. Cool.
Now, so Carla, I could tell immediately when I saw your art and I, read your comic that you know yourself as an artist. So now that you know yourself so well and spent all these years and you've worked on all these cool projects, what is your dream IP? Do you have an IP that you would love to do the cover for, you would love to do the interiors for, kind of ideal,
Definitely.
like, or one of them anyway?
I mean, that's a really good question, and that's something that I would have been pursuing heavily in the beginning of my career, and now it's my gut instinct to answer that question is my own comic right now is my dream project.
That's
Yes.
great.
It really is. And it's like it's everything that I love all meshed together, but of course it's like there's all the things from my childhood that like I would still love to draw, officially, I guess, cuz I do some fan art too, of course, cuz it's like, oh, I
Hmm.
love that. I want to do that in my styles.
What do
But
you come back to the most in terms of like fan art?
I mean, it's always going to be like Catwoman and Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Okay.
Like those are
Yeah.
the three. They just keep coming back into my life. People commission them a lot. I love reinventing. There's so much to reinvent with them.
Mhm.
That and Sailor Moon. I mean, doing something Sailor Moon related, which I mean, on an official level, I don't think like there's much out there other than by the creator, So
Yeah.
that's another character that I come back to all the time. You
Amazing
can see both
characters.
of those influences in Skull Masquerade for sure.
Mhm.
Cool. One of the things I love about those Batman characters is they've gotten to a point where they now exist without Batman. Like
Yeah.
they were literally introduced as kind of like girlfriend potentials for Batman, and now they're like, no, we're actually
We
going
don't
to be
need him.
girlfriends with each other.
Yeah.
And
We're hanging
Batman's
out.
like not even in the Poison Ivy Harley Quinn show,
Well, it's amazing what happens when there's more women writing.
Yeah.
Totally.
And they all realize how boring, except for the Lego Batman, how boring all of the Batmans are. They're like, what?
I like the Chris Nolan Batmans. I think those are pretty good.
Well,
And the
I
Tim Burton
like
one.
I
was
like
good.
them. I just don't think they're like a fun hang, is what I'm
Oh
saying.
no, he's the worst.
That's what I'm
He's
trying to
the
say.
worst guy.
Whereas Poison Ivy and Catwoman and Harley, I mean, you're gonna go have a good time.
You're gonna have a good
Batman,
time. Yeah.
Batman, this is a hot take. Batman is an incel with basically like $1 billion.
Yeah, basically. And a grudge.
Which is the
Love a
worst kind
chip.
of incel, you know? He's a bummer. He's a bummer to hang out with.
Yeah.
The Lego Batman is not a bummer to hang out with. He figures it out.
Well, because they understand he's like such a downer.
Yeah, he's such a
Like,
downer. And it
listen
just
to my
makes-
prog rock album I made.
Yeah. Therapy
So funny.
might do him some good.
So good. Therapy
Right?
would be so helpful. Oh my gosh. All the monsters, true monsters, need therapy. So
Yes. They just need
Well, that
I don't know.
is a perfect transition to talk monsters. Carla, you are our challenger this week. What
I
monster
am.
did you bring for us?
So this was a hard question because everything that already exists, like I was leaning more towards like Greek mythology references. I just didn't feel like I can vouch for like what they can and can't do. So I kind of like meshed two together to make my own monster, which I didn't know if that was in the rules or not. If that's
Great.
there's
I
no
love it.
rules. We got no rules here.
So I had this character that I kind of already was swimming around in my head, and it's more of a Hydra-haired Medusa type character. So she's got Hydra,
Love
elements
this.
instead
Love
of
the
Yes.
visuals.
So, we've got those monsters mixed in, but I think she's also just her own. She's just her own monster. So
Okay.
I
cool.
didn't really have a specific name for her either. She's just Hydra-haired Medusa lady.
We'll definitely, even if we just come up with one for today, we might want to have one just to, so you can be thinking about it in the background what her name might be.
I mean,
Let me look at this lady.
Yeah,
So she's got Hydra snakes.
Mm-hmm. She's got
Oh,
Gorgon body.
What would you call that hairstyle? Like, that's a very specific, that
She
kind
looks
of
very
haircut.
Elvira-y a little
Yeah.
bit. We
Mhm.
could call her Elvira. We could call her Elvira. I don't know, but I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know.
El-Hydra.
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 Yes,
I like
El-Hydra.
El-Hydra.
All right,
Perfect.
because it's
We
almost
got
like
there.
El-Hydra too.
We did it. We got there. El-Hydra.
El-Hydra.
Cool. And yeah, you're the first person on this podcast to bring an actual drawing of
Yeah,
your
that's
monster.
exciting.
So that's
Yay!
very cool. And we'll put it in the show notes as well, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we'll get into some stats in a second, but Jesse, you have now seen the monster you'll be facing, and you're a monster expert. What are you going to choose to defend yourself against El-Hydra?
Well, I'm glad I've picked who I've picked for this one. So I am bringing Popobawa. Popobawa is he's a Shantani, which is a spirit from East Africa. It's East African mythology, specifically Tanzania for him. And basically, he's pretty new on the scene. He is a shapeshifter, an incubus, kind of partially jinn, like he has magical powers. So he is kind of complicated and he's pretty new. I think people started talking to him about around 1965. So he hasn't been around as long as like a El-Hydra has been around. But he can he's basically Popobawa means batwing in Swahili. So he is kind of a creature that can turn into a bat. He likes to sneak into villagers' houses at night, and that's when he assaults people. He has a tendency to do very taboo things to people. So his assaults are usually of the sexual nature and usually very taboo subjects from the culture, like homosexuality, anything kinky, anything weird. He will do it to these people when he attacks them. And then part of his monstrous thing is that he insists they tell people about it. And if they don't talk about it, then he comes back, right? And so then part of this torment is the discussion of it. So people think that maybe this monster got made up and maybe it was meant to scare the people during this election cycle that was happening. I'm not going to get into the socio-political thing because you can go read Monster of the Week. It's there. You can read it. You can jump into it. But basically, It's usually a stranger comes to the village and he's like a spiritual kind of guy. He's got lots of amulets. He smells bad. It's weird. And then like people start
Mm.
getting attacked. And so
No.
there was some moral panic at the time, and there were like some killings that happened to either people who had mental illness or people who wandered into a village that were weird, and they were basically mobbed and killed because people believed they were the Popobawa coming to attack their village. And so there were some like at least 3 or 4 documented cases where people basically mobbed these strange guys that they thought were these demonic characters. So anyway, his power, he's very much an incubus and can shapeshift into bat, I mean, he could do several shapeshiftings, but I'm going to say mostly a bat. And he has some kind of sorceress powers because he's got the Jinn magic going on. So,
Transformation.
yeah.
When he shapeshifts into a bat, is he a giant bat? Is he a 6 foot tall
I think he's a
bat?
pretty big bat. It's not like a small, cute bat.
Okay.
It's it's the kind that comes in your window and makes you do weird stuff you don't want to do.
Takes selfies and then says, "I'm going to tell everybody."
Well, and a lot of like some
people,
some psychologists and people have written about how this is a way for people to talk about taboo things. Like he was actually created so people could talk about, being gay, or women could talk about issues they were having, because those two demographics are so oppressed when it comes to like what they're allowed to talk about. And so this is a way for them to be able to talk about it.
Isn't that true throughout history too, right?
Yeah.
That I think all monster fairy tales were like ways of people to talk about these kinds of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't go run off with a guy, he might
Turn
be
into
a leprechaun,
Might be a leprechaun.
or something. And,
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
so it's interesting. This is a recent one because so many of these we talk about are centuries and centuries old.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. This one's born out of recent stuff. All right, cool. Do you have a name for Popobawa other than Popobawa?
I do just kind of like Popo, but then that sounds like the police. So hold on a second.
Bawa.
Yeah, let's just call him Bawa, because I wasn't going to necessarily name him. I didn't think about that today. Yeah, Bawa. We'll go Bawa.
All right, great. Well, we've got our 2 monsters. So we're going to assign some stats now. So to make things go faster, I generally assign the first round of stats, and then you can kind of debate or alter one of them if you think it's unfair. And then we use these when we're having our encounter. Like if you have a high stat, you might get a bonus, or if you have a lower one, you might get a negative, depending on how you do. Sound good?
Okay, yes. Guide me through this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll start with you. We'll start with El-Hydra. And so how old is El-Hydra? How long has she been around?
I feel like she would be, she's ancient. And so part of her lore is that like the Hydra monster, she can't really die. So she just regenerates. So we don't know how old she is. Let's say that.
But very old. She's been
Yeah.
around a long time. All right, so I think that affects the mind because you've got, experiences, life experiences. Generally, we say that like the smartest human ever is probably like a 12. And I think if she's been around a long time, and it sounds like she maybe started as a human and became this. So I would say her mind is maybe like a 14. In terms of her might, is she a full human? Because I could only see like her top half. Does she have a snake lower half like Medusa?
I think
Or is
she's got a little bit of the Gorgon kind of deal, but I think more of a dragon-esque features. So she does have a tail. I'm thinking dragony clawed legs ish, maybe.
okay? Is she able to move around in public? Like if she puts on pants and shoes, would she be able to move through public?
I feel like I think with a magical element of like, disguise, I guess, there could be like a human-esque form. Yeah, I think she can, but it would definitely be more of like a ruse. It wouldn't really be her form,
Right. Like if someone poked at her, they'd be like, "What is that? There's a tail."
Yeah,
Or if she turns too quickly, she could knock over a tray of drinks.
Yeah,
with
and
her
she
tail.
definitely has like dragon wings, like she'll fly away.
Oh, that's cool. Right, we'll keep that in mind. So I think her might then is going to be a little bit stronger than that, maybe like a 17. Because again, she's not a full dragon, which would be stronger, but like she's dragon human.
Yeah, she's still got fleshy parts, fleshy bits.
And then her magic, because she is a Medusa and she does have this Hydra hair, I think is going to be her strongest of all. So I was thinking that's maybe like a 23. So I think any kind of magic stuff you're going to be pretty strong at.
Yeah, definitely.
And then life points, I know she is immortal, but she could probably still get hurt. And
Yes.
she has that point where she could like regenerate.
Yeah.
So I was going to go with 21 points for her life. I
Okay.
could get knocked down. So again, pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that sound good?
I think so. Cause yeah, you know, you can cut off her head and then it'll regenerate, but there's still like the, you know,
Now, if you cut off her head, will she have 2 heads that grow back?
you know, that's something that I was debating because it would get a little crowded in there. So
Right.
it would have to be like really long necks.
Like a bunch of grapes hanging off
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I think it's still the same head. It just like keeps regenerating. But the hydras at the end, if they get their heads cut off, then 2 grow out.
So she can't go get a haircut because it'll be like
Yeah, she'll
out of
have way
control.
too many. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the hydras for the hair, they can move independently. They're
Yes.
like little dragon heads.
Yeah.
Can they breathe fire?
They all breathe fire, and so does
Love
she.
it.
Yep.
Great. Great. All right, so that starts getting us into our attacks. So the way we do these encounters is you can have 2 normal attacks that you can use as much as you want, and then 1 special attack you can kind of use once per encounter. So I know you wrote in with some. Do you want to detail a couple of your regular ones? So we're talking about fire breathing. That might be a regular attack.
Yeah, so the fire breathing, and then there's also, you know, I'm pretty sure it's the same with Medusa, where the blood is actually like poisonous and toxic.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
you know, as you're slicing heads, like if you get some blood on you, that's double whammy. So it's kind of that's more of a defense, though, I would say,
Could
right?
she?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, could she like spit blood, or could she like cut her, wrist or arm or something, and like fling poison blood on people?
I
Maybe.
mean, I don't see why not. I'd imagine if there's a
In
wound.
desperate times, I guess, you're
Yeah.
gonna start slicing yourself up. I mean, you are fighting the Bawa, so you better watch out. Bowser over here. Maybe I'll be Bowser. I like Bowser, like from Mario. No, we can't. That's
that's good.
copyrighted, though.
Hydra, 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 Hydra.
Can you remind me what was the other things that I put on there?
I don't think you had other things. You just kind of talked about it in general. We didn't talk
Okay.
about specific attacks in the form,
Yeah.
so we can just talk through it now.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also do things like, so it feels like your special attack probably involves turning people to stone.
Yeah, so it's for her because it's like the fiery version of it. I think it would be like molten lava or like ash. You
Yeah,
just turn
that's
to ash
cool.
dust. Yeah.
That's cool. But that's like you can do that once. Like
We-
maybe it takes some like force of
Yeah.
will. You have to like really think about it. Okay.
Yeah, and that's definitely like the eye contact aspect too, like Medusa.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's cool. So that's a good special attack. If
Yes.
you look at someone, you turn them to kind of molten ash. I feel like maybe one more regular attack. We got fire breathing. We've got the poison blood.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just do something like a tail whip or a
Yeah.
punch or a claw.
Yeah, I think a tail whip is a good rebuffing move for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so this sounds good. Let's go over to Popobawa. So he's a shapeshifter. This is always fun because Jessie always gets mad at the stats that I give her.
I mean, when he's wrong, he is wrong. And it's
Yeah.
every single week, guys. Just kidding.
Well, now that you know like what you're going up against too.
I mean, I'm changing my powers over here.
Right.
I'm like, shoot. I also have to be, I don't want to be too creepy in this battle, so I gotta rework some of my image here so we can have a fun fight. And we all need therapy after it fight.
Yeah, like a no genital whipping.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. This is gonna be
That was my
PG.
main move.
That
the
was
genital
all
whip.
I do all the
She
time.
can handle it though. She's
Oh my God.
seen it all. She's seen it all.
That's true. You would be fine.
I mean, especially Greek mythology. You can go back and read that. That is
Yeah.
some messed up stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like talk about
yes.
working out your trauma through stories. All right, so let's do some stats here. So Jessie, tell me a little bit more about this Popobawa. Is he long lived? Is he more like a bat? Like, because I think of like jinns and incubi. I don't feel like they're mentally super strong. They seem to be really focused on.
Well, I mean, he is a sorcerer, but
Okay.
I don't know how intellectual he is. So if you think I don't really know, like I'm not going to organize an Ocean 11 heist or anything like that. Because I'm just coming in through windows and terrifying people. And But I do have powerful spell powers and everything like that.
Yeah, like innate magic.
Yes, and natural magic and things like that. Yeah.
So my instinct, and again, you can push back,
Mhm.
but my instinct on the mind score was this guy was maybe like a 10. Like, again, not the smartest smart human, but smart enough to like sneak into places,
Mhm.
know how to disguise himself and hide himself when people are looking for him.
Yeah. That that should be fine. I mean, he is a little bit of a seductor, but I don't think that takes an incredible amount of intelligence.
It's
So
almost a little
Sometimes the opposite works.
yeah, the opposite does work sometimes. So
His might, though, like it's interesting him being a bat. I feel like, bats again are kind of like stealthy, not
Mhm.
super strong, but I think he is stronger than a human. He's over subduing humans. So I went with a 16 on his overall might and physical strength. And then magic was his biggest stat. I was going 22 on the magic because shape shifting, maybe doing some kind of glamours, being able to put people in trances and things like that.
All right, I will accept your numbers this week. Just because you made such a big deal about all of my angriness. I'm going to be
Like, I'm gonna prove
tranquil
you
and
wrong.
chill. Yes.
Right.
And then by the time we start, I've forgotten all of my stats
Yeah, it's good.
anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, here we go.
I'm
0,
gonna
0, 0.
Zero. I got 0 nothing.
And then life points, again, that creature, I think not as strong as probably like a Medusa, dragon,
Mhm.
Hydra combo. So I was going 17 with the life points. So
And what are Carla's life points?
She has 21.
All right. That's fine. She's got a lot of heads. She's got a lot of snake things
That's
going
what
on.
I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. What are your attacks and weakness, attacks and special attacks?
So I'm going to go with I have a shame spell. So when I cast that upon you, something that deeply shames you, it doesn't have to be sexual. It can be something you did as a child. It can be like, something you've done recently or a desire you have that is very embarrassing. It will overtake you. And the amount, and
I feel like Popobawa is in the room with me right now.
Yeah, exactly. And depending on the strength of that spell, it will suck some energy out of you. The other one is going to be called Night Moves. Now, Night Moves is going to be direct attack, and I'm going to assault head on, but part of the attack is that it makes the other person sleepy. So depending on how strong I come at them, either they pass out, they're sleeping, and then I can just do my damage, or it's a little less. They just get a little sleepy. So there's a combo there.
Can I request that when you do your night moves, you have to sing the song, Working on the Night Moves?
It is the inspiration of the name, obviously. Because they always play that on the radio, like on those classic rocks. It's like, never gonna get rid of that song. It's going to last forever. I don't know. We'll see. And then my biggest...
I just wanted to put it in your head.
It was already in my head. I should have sang it immediately.
And then do you have a special?
Yes. This one, because of this dragon-esque creature I'm fighting, this goddess. It's not really my type, unfortunately, really, because I'm more into...
Like too cool. Way too cool.
Way too cool one. Two, not the right gender for me, but that's okay. That's okay. We can be friends or enemies. We'll see. Frenemies, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to be a super size bat attack. Yes. Okay. So this one I get to use once. I will become a giant bat, like dragon-esque size bat.
Like kaiju.
Kaiju bat. Yes, thank you. Kaiju bat.
Cool.
Yes. And then I will full on attack. And yeah.
Oh, this is rad.
Okay.
All right, cool. So I think we have our monsters statted up. It's now time to pit monster v monster. So just a reminder, Carla, this battle will take place across 5 rounds. In the first round, I will set the scene, have the monsters meet, and kind of introduce the conflict. And then you two will fight across 3 rounds. And whoever has the most life points at the end is crowned the winner. Ready to go?
Yeah, let's go. She's ready. She's
right.
Like, she's side-eyeing everyone right now.
I'm just batting. I'm batting in.
It's like if you can do a withering stare as one person, then you get all the Hydra heads in on it. That's just devastating.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to open on the archipelago of Zanzibar, off the coast of Tanzania in East Africa. It's nighttime, and the ocean waves are lapping on the shore outside a very nice beachside hotel. There's palm trees and white sand and a pool glowing in the center of about a dozen thatched cottages. Your creature, Carla, El-Hydra, is just getting ready for bed. You've been kind of traveling through Africa in disguise. You've been here for a couple of days without managing to turn anyone to molten ash or anyone realizing that you're a monster. So I'm just curious, like, you're getting ready to go to bed. What is your bedtime routine? Like, do you have to tie a hairnet around the little Hydra heads? What are we doing?
I'm
Face creams?
You know what? She's nocturnal. She's plotting her next move, or maybe just chilling. Maybe she's drinking her like blood wine and, just like sitting in her cave.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
have to go out and feed every day?
Yeah. I would think she needs to feed. She's got a carnivorous appetite, and she's definitely like, has to feed all the little dragons too. So
Right. Okay. All
it's-
right. So yeah,
she
when
was,
we say so
she's
you're not
eating
going to
she's
you're not
eating
going
for
to bed, you're
fun.
kind of getting out of bed. You're ready to go out on the
Yeah.
hunt for the night.
Yeah.
And you're in this night's beachside resort. So as you look out your doorway to make sure that no one's going to see you going on the hunt, you see kind of a shadow approaching across
Mm,
the pool. And this is your character, Boa, Jesse. You are also coming to feed. You are kind of
mm.
flying around, the coast of Zanzibar, and you see this nice little hotel, and you decide, I'm going to go down and go into one of these little cottages while people are asleep and do my dirty deeds, my night moves.
Like I do.
So,
Like,
Jesse, I think, why don't each of you are going to roll a 6-sided die. Jesse, you're going to roll one to see how you kind of stealthily land in this hotel pool area. And Carla, you're going to roll one to see how perceptive you are. Like, are you looking in the right direction?
yeah.
So what'd you get, Jesse?
A 5.
Pretty good. All right. So you're kind of coming in
Smooth.
under the
I'm gonna.
cover of clouds. Yeah. You're like smoothly sliding in and landing. What did you get, Carla?
I got a 1.
Oh no.
Great. So something was distracting you, like you got a text or something. You're looking down at your social media. And so you don't see this at all
Yeah.
as, this creature lands outside and scuttles into one of the thatched cottages. All right. So you have no idea
Yeah.
that Jesse's here. What do you want to do now? You're about to head out. What do you want to do
Oh,
next?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she's gonna try and find the person to feed off of, right? So
Sure.
maybe, is she going for the same person that they're going for?
I don't think you know that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the
yeah.
next
I'm-
cottage,
Yeah.
so the next little thatched cottage next to you, there's a very attractive young man, early 20s, who you've been kind of noticing the last
Yeah.
couple days at the pool, and you've kind of earmarked him. You're like, I think this is
Yeah.
going to be the guy for tonight's
Juicy,
meal.
nice juicy meat right there.
That's my line.
Okay. Yeah, that's what she's got all her eyes set on.
Okay,
Mm.
so you're going to kind of sneak over towards his cottage. You obviously don't want to like draw a lot of attention, but why
Yeah.
don't you roll another 6-sided die like as you're walking over? Let's see how stealthy you're able to be.
2.
Not so stealthy.
She's knocking
So
over furniture with her.
yeah, so as you're walking, your tail kind of hits a patio chair and the leg falls in the pool and you
There's
hit another table and it
the
goes.
noise of the flapping wings.
So Jesse, you hear this and you're in this cottage already and you
Mhm.
hear this noise. What do you want to do?
So I just hear it.
Yeah, like you
And
hear it's like
I'm already
clearly
in.
someone is.
So I'm like leaning up against the wall. This guy's sleeping. Is that what's happening right now?
You can tell me how you came in. I mean, I
Okay.
think you very stealthily got into the cottage, like
Yeah. So I've
but-
flown into this cottage and I've taken my incubus normal form, which is very disturbing because it's, kind of bat-like skin,
Mhm.
but humanoid figure. And I'm just checking out this guy and he does look tasty and delish. But I hear that noise and I cannot be disturbed. I can't have this guy wake up. It's not my way. So I am gonna go.
he does kind of twitch when that happens.
Oh yeah. So I
Wow.
don't want him to wake up.
I'm gonna see actually if
now
he
I'm
does wake
frustrated.
up.
Yeah, why don't we find out if he wakes up?
He does not. He does stir in
He's-
his sleep
okay.
though. He's like he definitely is like.
Well, then I'm gonna. He does. So I wait. He doesn't wake up. I'm gonna go. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm gonna start. I think I'll put a shame spell on this guy. Because
But you don't want to see. You don't want to see what the noise was outside.
Okay, fine. I was just gonna ignore the noise because I'm weirdo that way. But yes, fine. I will go peek. I'll peek out the little. There's a little peek hole. I'm gonna peek
Yeah,
out
there's all
it.
kinds of
Yeah.
slats and things. You go. I honestly think
Yeah.
you hear the noise.
No,
you could
you're
turn
right.
and
You're
see.
right. I didn't know
You
there were
just look.
slats and
Yeah.
stuff. I was.
Each cottage, it's like
I'm used to working and there's things around, whatever. So I'm gonna peek out. So I peek out and I'm like, whoa, what is that?
You see a very attractive
Ah.
woman with like, hair for dragon heads, necks coming out of her head, and
Yeah.
she's sashaying around, and this
Yeah.
black tail is
She's
like
so
knocking over
and she's
patio
very
furniture.
klutzy, which
Yeah.
is kind of
Yeah.
endearing, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, and I'm a little freaked out because she is not in disguise, right? She looks like she looks, right?
Yeah,
So,
and she's coming right at this
and she's
cottage.
coming to the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's probably 15 feet
yeah.
away, I would say.
Well, I'm not opening the door. I'm gonna see what happens here. So I'm gonna wait. But now
Okay.
I'm positioning myself to be able to surprise her. So
Yeah, that's good.
I've hidden.
All right, so let's do
yeah.
just a stealth check. So why don't you roll a little 6-sided die to see how stealthy you are?
6. So I'm basically
Oh my god,
part
amazing.
of the wall.
You like blend in with the wall. I think you actually use shapeshift
Yeah.
Into a
to
chair.
whatever's on the wall. Yeah. You're like a second chair.
I'm actually going to shapeshift into a Shantani statue
That's
because
great.
it's appropriate for where
Okay.
we are and everything.
I
so
love
that
it.
I am a statue right now.
Yeah, she has no
All right, so
idea.
Carla, you I think had a little too much blood wine before you went out for the evening. So you kind of
Not a-
stumble up to the
not a-
door. How do you want to go into this cottage to feed on this young man that you eyeballed?
So I'm going into this with like a razor focus where it's just like I need to feed. I gotta like just jump into it. So I think the door is busting open,
Yes.
she's
You just like kick it down?
yeah, forcing it.
I love it. All right, so smash. You smash through the door.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
She's not subtle.
No,
Doesn't need to be.
there's no need.
All right, so describe a little
she's
bit how.
El-Hydra.
Yes. Oh, power.
As you feed on someone, what do? Do you bite him on the neck? Do you bite him on the leg? Are you like climbing on the bed?
Yeah, I feel like I could just see her kind of like face down, like she's going for the heart. I think she's going straight for like the chest, and then all the little dragon heads are like biting everywhere else, and they're all just like, yeah, they're just devouring.
All right, so that's a good plan. Let's roll to see how well you pull that off.
Okay, 6.
Oh, this poor guy. I'm gonna give him a defensive roll. It's terrible.
No.
So you come in and you pounce on this bed, and your hand just goes right through his chest and grips his heart and pulls it out of his chest, and is like blood spraying everywhere. This guy's like barely has time to go, ah, and the Hydra heads are pecking at him, like ripping off little chunks. And you're holding up this beautiful, still beating, dripping heart right above your mouth, about to lower it in, like you're going to take a bite out of an apple.
Yeah.
Jesse, it's your turn. This woman, this creature, just took your meal for the evening.
Now, for the record, I do not eat people. Okay,
But you can't have your way with this guy now.
I like to have my way, assault them, and make them talk about it in the morning. And be
this
embarrassed.
guy's not talking.
No, this guy is not talking. Luckily, I haven't been obsessing about this guy, but this is uncalled for. I've never had this happen. She's got the heart right, and I'm upset. I'm kind of afraid, to be honest. I'm gonna shame spell her right now because I can't really rectify the fact that she has killed this guy. So maybe in my gut is to leave, but I'm still kind of interested in the fact that I've never seen anything quite like this. I want to know more about her. The best way I like to get to know people is to shame
spell them.
Shame spell them.
What a great hang this person is.
I feel like I get right to what. Yeah, exactly.
Like first date is shame.
Yeah,
Your worst shame.
What's your secret horror? So I'm going to blast her with that.
Do it.
And I am rolling well today. So it is a full 6 of shame spell onto our lovely El-Hydra.
Okay.
So
Wow,
right
she's
as
the
you're
best.
about to lower
Yeah.
the still beating heart into your mouth, you're suddenly struck by this just horrible psychological attack. Carla, what do you think is the most shameful thing that El-Hydra has ever done?
So heart's right here, ready to take a bite. The ensuite bathroom door opens, and his lover comes out and is like horrified, and her shame spell hits, and automatically just the human before all this, shows through and sees that grief on this partner's face, and she feels it all, of the horror of what she's doing. She's looking down and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm a monster." That's her, "Oh my God, I'm a
Okay.
monster."
So you're going to take some psychological damage
Yeah.
at this horrible thing that you've seen, this innocent person seeing the love of their life with their chest ripped open and you about to gorge on their heart. I think you're going to take 3 points of damage
Yeah.
because this is such a horrible, debilitating psychological attack. The heart's going to fall out of your hands. You've kind of got your little Hydra heads are crying because they feel terrible. You feel horrible.
Yes.
We're into the next round. What do you want to do now? I mean, you're going to be at a minus for anything you do because you're so
Ooh.
wrapped up in this horrible shame.
I'm spelled right now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm in this spell. Yeah.
I have a question before Carla.
Yeah.
Am I still a statue, or have I decided to become?
I think you're still a
True.
statue if you want to
Okay.
be.
All
Good
right.
point. I don't know what's happening to me.
I feel
I
like
think you're just like you're a statue with like the eyes like looking over to like
yeah.
blinking.
Okay, my eyes are all creepy like this.
But you can
I'm going to become an unstatue. I'm going to become myself, so she has something to like.
What I'm going to say won't matter. It won't matter yet. I think her reaction to this spell, obviously the crying, the like shame, is going to spiral into a very dramatic, angry shame, where it's like almost like a denial of like, I don't want to face this feeling. So she's just tearing the room apart, and we got a tail whip that hits you and doesn't even know that you're there, but it's like flail.
Okay, so you hit the statue.
Yeah.
You got okay.
Right, so why don't? So you're kind of just you're throwing a fit.
Yeah,
It's like don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
I'm a mom.
holding the heart like ah.
Yeah. What have I done?
Let's roll a 6 to see how discombobulated you are with your throwing a fit.
I got a 5.
Yeah, it's
So-
pretty. So I think
Subtle.
one hand you're going to grab under the rib cage of this guy and you're going to hurl him at the lover that's looking at his, in the doorway and kind of knock him back into the bathroom. And then you're going to swing your tail around. And because it's a small cottage room, you're going to hit, Bawa, who's standing right there, oof, in the stomach. So you're going to take a couple points of damage just from the hit of that. And then you're tearing up the bed and breaking the headboard, and even your little Hydra heads are like chomping at each other.
Yeah.
Like the way someone might hit themselves if they're angry. So you're taking another point of damage just because your Hydra heads are biting themselves. All right, so she's throwing a fit. She's just hit you. I think when you get hit is probably when you lose your shapeshift. You're like, boof! And so the statue becomes this giant bat creature. What do you want to do now, Jesse?
Well, I'm just enjoying this so much, you guys. This is one of the best moments of my life because I've got this creature having a fit. This is my favorite thing.
Yes.
I've got a situation in the bathroom that could turn into a beautiful situation for me. I am going to, I almost want to shame spell you again, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to put a night move on you. And so that's goes into your head further of like the worst thing you could imagine happening to yourself. And then I am going to do that if I roll well enough, I guess. So
is it like
working on the night moves? They're coming. Doing a cheesy dance towards you. Working on the night
cheesy dance.
moves.
It was like the double snaps.
The creepy 80s guy in the bar move. I'm coming.
Like you're wetting down your mustache. One side at a time.
little pads.
Popping the collar.
We're suddenly in Wonder Woman 2 going, what is happening right now? Why is every man in this place disgusting? All right. I'm rolling 5.
Oh my God. You guys are just titans.
Yeah, it's crazy rolling today.
It works really well. So in the middle of your fit, Carla, Hydra suddenly like kind of goes limp and lays back on I think not back on the bed, like I think on kind of like your knees because you're kind of kneeling and throwing. So your head is in your hands on your knees and you're just kind of lost, spiraling in your own self-hatred. And Jesse, you're going to hop on and do what you do. And
I personally am not going to do anything in this situation.
Your creature.
I'm going to let her Hydras do it.
Oh, you're going to make her Hydras do it. Oh my God.
Yep. So they're hitting her and assaulting her because we're going to keep this not like, in a
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they're attacking their owner or their part
so they're
of
taking
themselves.
bites out of you.
Yeah.
while this is
Slapping,
happening.
hitting,
So you're
yeah.
going to take 2 more points of damage. So you're down to 15 now. All right, we have one more round that you can try and save yourself. I mean, it's pretty bad. I think the shame is in the last 1,000 years, you maybe should have gone to a therapy session.
Well, for sure. That's definitely her weakness right now. She's done a lot.
So
She needs her
Or
big move. I think you're
never
gonna have
faced
to.
her. She's never faced her inner demons for sure.
And now
I
you
spent all that time making the Hydras pretty and didn't look inside.
No. Mm-mm.
to the ugly core.
All right, so you have kind of one round left here to try something. What do you want to do?
Okay, so with this cowering in the corner ain't gonna last long. I think she's whipping her head around and finding the source. It's she knows somebody's doing this to her. And yeah, just sitting there dancing all creepy in the corner.
Like a sleazeball dance to cast this.
It's just how it is.
Like if it's cool, it doesn't work.
No, it cannot be. I am not cool. That is not my vibe, guys.
And so, you're not exactly making eye contact with her at this moment. So she's got to throw her fire. She's got to spit fire. Can we do a double whammy where some of the blood from the wounds is kind of like flailing out too?
I think if you roll well enough, you have this great instinctive reaction, protective thing where you're like, I'm going to focus my eyes and I'm going to blood's going to spray.
Yeah,
Let's see how you do. You might be too shamed. I don't know.
We need a good one. 6.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, now it's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
So she does her full on kind of turn you to molten ash attack. Like you were doing your dance and then suddenly she turns around and her eyes are glowing red with fire and all her Hydra heads are screaming and spitting blood. So you get spattered with this blood that burns you. And I think I don't know that there's a way for you to stop this turn to molten ash stare. Unless, can you think of something?
Well, I can become my supersized bat, can I?
Yeah, that could work. So I think right now it's like you're in the middle of doing a real sleazy dance move and she makes eye contact and you kind of freeze and your exterior kind of is this molten rock, but you still have your brain inside. You can still cast spells, but you're kind of frozen in this statue form. Okay. Really the most embarrassing sleaze dance move.
Oh yeah, and the worst pose possible.
And all I'm thinking is, why can't she smile more?
I feel like you're at a -1 for the next roll because of that thought.
The word.
And also you're encased in molten stone.
So I'm gonna try. So is my supersized bat attack a spell? Can I only do my spells? Can I have to?
No, I think you can. Okay. I think you could do your change into the molten. It's your shape shifting.
I'm gonna try to shapeshift out of this, break out of whatever this horribleness is. And use my supersize bat attack, my Bawa bat.
Okay.
Oh, and it's a 2. I knew I would lose in the end. So many 6s.
And you're at a -1 because
I got a 1. This is the worst Bawa attack ever.
All right.
So I think you try to go big, but what ends up happening is you actually shrink yourself a little bit within the statue. So your most treasured part of your body falls off in the molten rock and it hits the ground and breaks into a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, we love that.
The reign of terror is over.
I think, so you're kind of trapped in this statue form and your most embarrassing pose, minus your manhood. Carla, do you want to do anything to wrap this up at all? The guy is still crying in the bathroom. He's holding the shattered corpse of his lover in the bathroom. There's blood everywhere. You've destroyed their bed.
Yeah. I think, we got to go out in a blaze of flames and she's just going to breathe fire on the whole thing.
Cook the evidence. Just burn it down.
Yeah. She's set fire to the whole world.
Okay, so roll a 6-sided die for that.
Got a 3, so
okay.
she's
you're able to set the room on fire, but it's not great.
Yeah.
So you set the room on fire, but then you get a little on your outfit is on fire and you're swatting it out, and you go back to get your bags, and people are coming out and they're like, "What's happening?" And you're like, "Don't worry about it." You're able to escape and get away, but on the news the next day, it's this whole hotel burned down by a mysterious fire
Yeah.
that they couldn't find the source of. But all that was left in this hotel property was this really ugly, pervy statue standing there with this great dance move that ends up becoming the mascot of like a local peewee soccer team, like a football team.
Wow.
Pick this guy. You know, like how Gritty is
With,
popular
like-
in Pittsburgh? It's like this guy is like on shirts from now on, like
I didn't see that
doing
one coming.
the peace sign. So you get to live on a little.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be a fountain thing. I was gonna be in a
Oh,
Oh,
fountain.
that's good. Yeah,
no,
they
but
do that too.
I like the T-shirt. Yeah.
They do make a fountain out of the burned property when they rebuild it. They put a little fountain there in you and your dance move, and then people like it so much locally, it goes on T-shirts and stuff.
Yay. Well, I mean, it's better than the ending I had because mine was going to be horrible.
I mean, also, I was looking forward to like a kaiju-sized.
I
Popobawa.
tried. I always
But
know when I have
What
like
can
a.
we, you know?
I know whenever I have a big move, it's like I roll the smallest. It's
Oh,
just the way it is.
Yeah.
And you know, he deserves it. Bawa deserves it. He
Not a
couldn't-
good guy, man.
No, that was an appropriate punishment for him.
He did the damage early on, though. He did.
Yeah.
She's never been.
Now she's
I-
got to go to therapy
yeah,
for
she's
sure.
Yeah.
just for sure now.
I think as you're flying home, you're kind of like, I got away with that. But the first thing I'm going to do when I get back is maybe book that therapy session. It's
Yeah.
been in my
Yeah.
But
G-Cal.
I would be careful because that might give me some power if you talk about what I did to
Ooh.
you.
True.
So it's like keep
I
it
like that.
keep in mind.
Let me stay on.
That's interesting. I wonder if there is like a little, this shame spell is still kicking around
Yeah.
that you want to talk about it. That's interesting.
I mean, I did what I do.
Yeah.
And if she talks about it,
you
yeah.
live on.
I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens in that moment, but
I mean,
That's
I
great.
maybe I just haunt you.
Yeah,
That's fair
she
too.
lives on in that way where she can't get over all of this shame that she's experienced, and she can't stop talking.
And you're immortal.
She starts a podcast about talking about all her shameful moments. Yeah.
I slowly get reborn in the fountain.
That's great. This is great.
did
So
it.
everyone survives in
Yeah.
the worst way.
I mean, I'm dead, I
Possible.
think,
So
but
it-
it's all right.
you know
I
what?
like to think I might come back.
The juicy meat in the hotel room. He's
Yeah,
that poor
the
guy.
juicy meat's gone.
Well, that was very fun.
Yeah.
you know what? I just like that she won because, I think we'll just end it today with a, female presenting monstrous woman winning over the pervy dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
We've
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I definitely didn't really want my character to win, but I did have quite a horrific ending if that bat thing had worked out. But I thought it went pretty awesome.
So, Carla, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Where can people find you, and what's a project of yours you'd like them to go check out?
Yeah, I am on Instagram mostly, so that's Carla Wyzgala. And then my comic book, Skull Masquerade, we're going to be putting together a bigger book very soon. So always
Cool.
check those out via Instagram.
Great.
And I'm a big fan. And if you're a big fan of watercolor art and cool gothic stories, you should definitely get Carla's comic. Sorry, I
Yes.
came in as an ad.
I was
Hey
like,
guys,
This is the it's right here.
it's an endorsement, not an ad. I
Yeah.
genuinely love this series.
It's very
Nice.
gothic. It's very dark and macabre, as we said before. So,
Yeah. That's why we get along.
yeah, that's why I was like, I love the monster world, and it kind of it can dance in that. I feel like our characters could have like tea together and live in the
Yes.
same
Right.
universe. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And everyone else, come back next week for another Knockdown Dragout episode of Monster v. Monster. Monster v. Monster is produced by Wicked Tree Press and Codex Arcanum. The podcast is hosted by me, Matt Harry, and Jessica Mason. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us 5 stars. If you didn't, El-Hydra will come out of her shame spiral and turn you to molten ash.
Or she'll just tell you about all her problems for the rest of your life.
Even worse, actually.
Even worse. See you next week, everyone.
Monster v. Monster is produced by Wicked Tree Press and Codex Arcanum Press.